Hello, Taurus. This will be your love reading for February, or not February, for May 2026. And if this doesn't resonate for you, you can always check your moon or rising sign. Sometimes you'll find with my readings that certain parts of the message will resonate and others will not, and that's because I'm channeling for multiple people at once. So take what resonates and toss what doesn't. So the first two cards that popped out for you, Taurus, is clarity and intuition. So you're going to get some kind of clarity or intuition about your love life in the month of May. Okay. You're just going to have some kind of an inner knowing. And it could be, you're figuring out what you want in love, what you're desiring for yourself. Okay. Some kind of truth will come up, or honesty with yourself about love. You could be watching somebody on social media here in the month of May. Okay. I feel like you are checking someone out on social media. And maybe that's why you're getting some kind of clarity or intuition about this person. We also have sorrow. So some of you are going through some loss or some grief in the month of May with regards to a person that you were with. Okay, yes, you're going through some kind of a loss of a relationship. I see for some of you, you've walked away from something that wasn't working for you, or there could have been dishonesty in a situation. Um, but you could also still be looking at that person on social media, okay? So I feel like this relationship is definitely over. I don't feel like there's any room for second chance or reconciliation. I don't feel that you're going to make amends with this person. I feel like you're finally letting go of this and you're going to be moving on and walking away from this, okay? And I don't see you looking back either. So even if you are spying, I don't see you looking back. For some of you, you guys hope that this person gets their karma for whatever they did to you. I feel like you started off well with this person. You thought you had solid, friendship, relationship, a foundation for your life. Okay, maybe you have family, or you had family with this person. You may or may not have had a family. But I feel like this didn't turn into what you expected it to be. Okay, so I see some of you guys might be ending a marriage here, or a long-term relationship where over time, you ended up, uh, at your breaking point. Okay, you had enough and it turned out to be a negative experience. It didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And I feel like you finally, reached your limit and you were overwhelmed with this person. Um, and it brought a lot of negativity to your life too. And you almost felt like I made a huge mistake here. Okay. So some of you might have felt a little bit cursed, like, oh my God, this was a horrible, horrible mistake. Okay, for some of you Tauruses, you're opening your heart to love here. That's beautiful. So you're going to be in a situation where things feel very easy and you're open, you're vulnerable, you're receptive to whatever this situation is. There's definitely depth here. We have the depth card. So there's a real strong connection or bond. And I don't feel like this is a sexual connection. I feel like this is a very emotional, loving, nurturing type of connection. Okay. So there's definitely like a real strong chemistry here that you have with this person. They kind of make you feel like all warm and fuzzy inside. So I'm going to definitely say that it's real love here. And there's also lust. So there's a lot of lust here as well. There's a lot of sexual attraction and connection. Okay. So I do see you desiring to be intimate in a sexual way with this person in the month of May. And, some of you Tauruses, now I think this is another message coming through. You're hoping, like, I feel that you're reminiscing about somebody, okay? So you're having some memories here from a past connection. You're reminiscing, you're missing somebody, okay? You could be dwelling on the past. You're hoping to, um, Yeah, so you could be hoping to connect with someone, okay, but you also feel very hopeless. You're trying to manifest the connection again, reconciliation with somebody. You might even be putting your intentions out there or praying or, going to church, okay, but you're definitely trying to manifest this somehow or with like positive thinking, intention setting, stuff like that. However, you also feel like very like distraught that you're not with this person. Like you feel like you can't live without them almost. And you're kind of like a little bit hopeless at the same time. So you're letting some of those negative emotions come over you. You kind of almost feel like it's out of your hands and it's kind of in God's hands at this point. So you kind of feel bound by circumstances. Yeah, this has to do with a twin flame connection. Okay. So some of you are waiting on a twin flame and you're hoping to get back with this person. You're reminiscing about the memories that you shared. And somebody definitely walked away from someone else. Somebody was abandoned, okay, or left out in the cold. Someone walked away from a twin flame, and you're hoping that you guys will come back together at some point. You have been very emotional over this person and affected, like, in an unstable emotional way with this twin flame of yours. I feel like on somebody's part, there's some bitterness here. Okay, so there could be some resentment, anger towards the other person, or hurtful words that were exchanged. So somebody's holding on. There could be some kind of a grudge here. Somebody could be holding on to a grudge, but at the same time, you're missing each other too. It's kind of funny. So we have silence. So yeah, you might not be in contact with this person right now. You might not be talking to them. Or someone's avoiding somebody. You could have each other blocked. Okay. Or someone could be ignoring the other person if they're trying to communicate. But you're still holding on. You're still obsessing over this twin flame. You're still spying on them. Okay. So I definitely feel like you're still clinging to this person. Okay. And they might be clinging to you as well, but it doesn't appear that way. Like somebody's still moving on with their life. The other person's really stuck on this person, but somebody is moving on, but you're in the background and on their mind, but somebody's also clinging. So okay, tell me more about this clarity and this inner knowing, intuition. What's this all about, Spirit? This was the message we got at the beginning. I'd like to get a little bit more clarification on that, please, Spirit. What is this at the beginning? Okay, sorry. I'm going to go back to one message earlier, the one where there's an open, very deep, meaningful connection here, open-hearted. There's definitely somebody's like there's obsession with each other. I feel like it's more infatuation. It's not no creepy obsession or anything like that. It's infatuation, kind of addicted to their energy, like you always want to be around them. And then we have confessions here. So we have I feel like there's a lot of talk about your past. If you guys have been through difficult things, you're sharing those difficult situations with each other. You're really opening up is what I'm getting. Like you're having some really deep conversations. And I feel like you're very open with how you feel about one another. Okay. So quickly going back to the two cards we had at the beginning, I just want to get a little more information on. Okay, so what's happening is you're getting clarity that you need to separate from somebody. You're realizing there's some kind of problem in a connection or in a relationship. However, you still do fantasize about this person. You get caught up in your head about thinking about them, daydreaming about them, okay? Fantasizing maybe what your life could be like. You could be at a distance with this person, possibly. And there's a lot of confusion surrounding this. You're very unclear in your mind. Okay, you're unsure. You have been unclear and unsure in the past on this regarding this person, but I feel like you're getting clarity now, okay? And you're having some kind of inner knowing. You have a really good time when you're with them in their presence. I don't see you see this person very often.